Hey guys, there's a lot of questions around what Chinese girls look for in a guy. So the other day we did a video with Mia and Yi on one of our other channels, Asian Beauty Secrets. And it basically boiled down to all the crucial elements that Chinese girls look for in a relationship.
Dan and E were so funny, I couldn't stop laughing. So I thought, why not share with Off the Great Wall viewers too? You guys will love it. Here it is. So today we're going to talk about the ideal guy in China. Basically, there's a lot of 20-something-year-old girls, even 30-something-year-old girls find trouble finding the ideal guy. And so I went online and looked for some surveys and researched some things to find out what are the qualities and things that they want to find. So disclaimer before we start, this does not apply to every Chinese girl, so we are very just generalizing here, and it's from the internet. So what are the first one?
You have to own at least an apartment or a house.
Well, that is very common in China because that's like something that they're being taught to have like at birth, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like you're a son, you must have a house and a car, that's it, or you're doomed.
I think having an apartment is totally useful. Think about it. If you live in a dorm and you want to, kind of like, date or something like that, how inconvenient is it? You have 4 other people there staring at you and you have to wait for people to get out of the dorm so that you can have some alone time.
Like, how many people in China in their college days have an apartment and a car? I mean, you're in college. Why do you need those things?
I think what they say, instead of being wealthy as number one, they say having an apartment and a car means equals wealthy.
I think in high school, you can date whoever you want. It's kind of like, oh, it's playing around. But once you get hit college, I feel like girls take it much more seriously.
Right.
Girls want to think about marriage, and having an apartment is a huge deal in marriage.
There's a term in China called 非房勿扰.
Aha!
Because it basically means if you don't have a house, don't come and bother me.
Oh, that's so funny.
Do you guys know that the cities in China, especially like big cities like Shanghai and Beijing, Hong Kong, are some of the most expensive cities in the world. And it's not just renting an apartment. The guy has to own the apartment. How rich do women want guys to be?
So they also want you to have at least a BA degree, and you have to be graduated from a good university.
Why does this remind me of WASP families in America as well? Oh, is he from Harvard? That's like, if he's not, don't ask him to come and meet us, I mean, in China though, education is a lot more important.
Right.
And it's not, sometimes Chinese parents will even tolerate someone who has a good degree and is not making so much money just yet.
Oh my god, yes.
Simply because they think, first of all, it means potential. Second of all, oh, my in-law is from Tsinghua.
Yeah, it's all about the face. It's all about the label.
That is important to them.
Wow, so far I'm basically failing in China because, well, I shouldn't tell people that. I don't have a BA. So I'm basically I'm trash in China. You don't have to put that on there.
Wait till the next thing.
Oh no, oh my god. What's next?
So then the height is
Oh god, oh no.
175
Oh, forget
to
about it.
180.
Alright, there's a reason it's called 高富帅. Gao comes first, 富 comes second,
Right.
帅 comes last.
Right.
Gao is so important.
Right.
I cannot stress
agree.
this enough.
I agree.
So,
Being tall, I mean.
Dan, I don't think you'll do so well. I'll just be honest with you. Your stocks just drop like this.
That's why I live in America.
I feel like shorter girls should be able to accept guys who are shorter but are still taller than them.
Yeah.
But in China, apparently, even the short girls want tall guys. And you know what's really frustrating for me is that when I go back to China, I oftentimes see the shorter girls with the tall guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you took all the tall guys.
Right.
This is why I don't have a tall guy. 原来如此, you know?
But the reason why they pick the tall guys is because they want to have that gene, so their offspring is tall.
Right.
That's why.
Excellent.
It's kind of like gene stealing,
It is true. It is true. That's a great factor.
And those tall guys needs to be between 120 to 140.
Oh my god, this is like nothing.
Yeah.
Like lighter than me.
Well, 120,
No.
what do you mean?
No,
like
kilograms.
100斤, 60到70公斤.
Yeah, 60 to 70 kilograms. Which
So-
is like
So convert 一下给我.
100
How many pounds?
112 pounds.
112?
Yeah.
I got 112 pounds in my leg. What? That's
A model
that's
comes to
insane.
mind. Kate Moss comes to mind,
Yeah.
not my ideal man.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. Fortunately for a lot of Chinese guys, their metabolism is very, very good, so they
That's a
stay
good
thin
point.
naturally.
That's a good point. I'm overweight. I'm under height. I don't have a degree.
Oh god.
I
want to cry.
I feel like I want to cry for him.
Next thing is that they want the guy to be 1 to 5 5 years older than themselves.
Oh wow,
Because
Yeah,
I
but
think
that's
you
just
qualify.
But only 1 to 5, but not more, right?
yeah.
I can see why that's common because they want a guy who's mature because
Right.
that's what
Right.
that should come to mind when you become older, right? That's
Well, study-
wisdom, age sort of grow together.
Yeah, studies
In the
show
best
that women are actually 2 years older than men. The two men and women are the same age. The woman
Yeah.
is older psychologically by 2 years. So
Yes.
it makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you want to be stimulated by new things. You want to learn new things from the partner, not having to teach them. Can that become
Yeah,
like a
like,
mother
they
son
learn-
relationship? That's
Sure.
weird.
Preferably 1 or 2 previous relationships.
okay.
Oh my god.
You know what?
That is actually.
So he's got to have some experience in the relationship department.
But not more than 2.
Not more than 2 because then he's a player.
yeah. That's right.
Well, I think honestly, I think I
It's so
mean,
funny how it's no more than 2. You can have 2.5. It's over.
but I've only dated this other girl for 1 month. Does that count? Get some experience, guys, but not too much.
No more than 2.
No more than 2.
So then the next one is quite interesting. It's the ideal personality. So
Oh.
out of
Wait, who cares about personality? If you meet all those things, you're lucky to just find somebody that fits that category.
the most popular one that girls actually choose is smart and business savvy. I don't know why it's a personality trait.
Okay.
Smart.
Smart and business savvy.
Smart? Is that even a personality trait?
That's a skill.
I think why Chinese girls think that business savvy is a personality trait that they're attracted to is because I think Chinese girls are especially attracted to intelligence and talent. So when you're like intelligent, when you come off as a smart person, especially if you're business savvy, which means that you're probably rich,
Yeah.
then it's extra, you know,
Or
attractive.
you're
Yeah.
the son of a Guan.
Oh, son of a guan.
But if you're son of a guan, which could be a new trend now that you've made that up, but you might not be smart. You might just have a good background.
That'd be
It's like when you have a fight, you son of a guan.
You son of a guan.
It's like, yeah, 我就是. Everyone has a personality.
Exactly.
But it's whether your personality matches that personality.
True, but
Yeah.
even if it matches, what if that guy's values are terrible? What if he's like, you know, oh, I don't believe in marriage for a long time. My values are, if I'm not happy with you, I'll divorce you. Or my values are,
But
you
if
know what I mean?
he is 高富帅, I think she's okay with that.
So far, if we look at our survey, do you guys remember what type of guy we have?
I do.
Ha.
He's got to own an apartment and a car. He's got to be tall, so between, you know, I don't know the Chinese,
5'7"
Yeah.
to 5'9".
at least. What
You
else?
have to be business
Personality.
savvy,
Oh, the personality. Yeah,
Yes.
they want him to have a good personality, business savvy, or smart.
Yes.
no more
and-
than 2 previously.
Oh, relationship experience. No more than 2 previous relationships. Oh, and 1 to 5 years older than them.
Okay, listen, this is something funny. We actually watched a video before where it shows guys' reactions to the girls' requests, and the guy was like, "Are you kidding me? Does she look like Lin Zhiling? She expects me to be like George Clooney? Like, you know,
It's like you better look better than that if you want me to be like
Is she Lin Zhiling?
Wang Li Home or something.
Yeah, Lin
you know?
Zhiling is 温柔, which is like tender and caring,
Yeah.
soft-spoken, beautiful, tall, and awesome. Are you? Are you? Basically.
I think that comes down to like 10 people in China.
Yeah.
Once you find them, they gotta be single.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, when you find them, they gotta be unhitched. Or hey, if they're hitched, go in and break them up. I'm sure they don't mind at that point. You know?
That's why a lot of the Hitch ones have multiple partners.
The guys?
Yeah, because
Oh
they can
yeah, they
afford
have like
to.
小三小四.
I think the girls
Great.
who have a guy like this know what they
How
have.
yeah, I've got a guy who has 4 other girlfriends and 1 wife. Awesome me.
She doesn't care because this guy can buy her and her family a house.
Oh, that's true. There you go. I guess you know what it is. That's what I'm saying. It's
So it
really
comes
not their
down
fault.
to the personal
Yeah.
preference. Like, what does she value more? What if there's this perfect guy, right? This fits all the requirements, but he smells.
Oh, I was gonna ask that. I was actually
man.
gonna ask that.
Bad
Let's say he
breath?
has a horrible breath and horrible BO, and just but he fits all those other.
sorry.
Yeah,
That's the one thing
But
I
you
can't
want to like vomit at his presence.
Yeah, but no, I honestly think they won't even care. They won't even blink twice. They'd be like, you got car, you got house, you tall, you anorexic.
You
had.
faint.
No, you won't.
You're gonna pass out.
No, you're gonna tell yourself
You
like,
sit in his car and you pass out.
no, you won't. You'll be like, you know what? I like the smell of money. Like, give me that dollar bill. Smells so good. You know? Why do you think Chinese girls have become this way? Well, I mean, when I say Chinese girls, I don't mean all, obviously. Like, a lot of Chinese girls become this way.
I find that when people are raised with the idea, and this could be society, their personal family, the idea that material things, what other people say about you, how you look to society,
can
is
shape
the
you.
most important thing of all. If you place that super important, then if the girl can't get it herself, she's going to try to look for it another way.
Right.
And finding a rich husband that's all those things is the second best way to do that if you can't get it yourself.
I also think, I mean, a lot of the Chinese girls I know, I mean, their parents are the ones that they actually might like somebody who's shorter and he's got a great personality and he's not that rich, but he's got ambition and he's decent looking. But, you know, their parents might be like, what are you doing with him? So I think a lot of Chinese parents perpetuate this, and it's terrible. They're ruining their kids.
I know. I am also a victim of this.
Yeah, the parents, you know, I don't want to blame it all on the parents.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
definitely.
society.
It's society,
No,
yeah.
I understand from a mother's point of view.
Yeah, it's...
From a mother's point of view, obviously they want the best for the child, so they always think that it's better for the child to be looked after because that's what they know. Because they know that if a guy is, you know, rich and can afford her, you know, spending habits, and
Okay, I want to retract. What I just said might sound like it's all the parents' fault. No, I don't think it's all the parents' fault. I think the parents don't make it something like they add to that, but I also think Chinese society adds to that.
Society, definitely.
Of course. It's a one-child policy, I think, actually contributes to this. Because you think about it, when we're all one kid, the parents spoil you to death.
Rotten,
You're the center of their universe. So, and it's in the past, some people had one child, some people had two children, some people had 3 children. Not everyone is an only child. But now, most people in China are only children,
I mean,
and they're so self-centered. Like I'm an only child, and I find myself being self-centered all the time. You don't want to compromise in a relationship. What's compromise? You know, me. You know, and that's a lot of the culture. Is like the guy has to give me everything. He has to be all these things, and I don't have to look like Ling Jiling because I'm me.
If the parents have a daughter and they, like you said, they have one kid, it's almost like that daughter's got to marry a rich guy to take care of that family. So it's almost like no choice.
No, because with Western parents, they start planning for their retirement early on, and the American retirement system works. In China, there's no such system like that. You know, America, even though Social Security, that's a whole other thing, but like, they can retire without the child's help if they start planning early enough. And in China, it's very hard to do that in the same way. So they often rely on their children, which is their only source of income in their old age. You know, I think ultimately it comes down to personal preferences. I still know people in China who just don't care about these kind of things.
That's great.
I know plenty of my friends who just like a guy.
What about their parents?
Like, well, I've even actually met very reasonable parents.
Okay.
You know, they're like, you know what? As long as my daughter's happy, that's her life. She chooses to live that way. And if she ends up with no money, then we'll be here to support her. They think like Western people. People are more open-minded these days. There are always parents who are overbearing, but there are good people too.
After all of that discussion, basically what Chinese girls want in China is very limited, and that's why they're single. Clearly, right?
So all you hot or not that hot 25-year-old and above chicks, look, you're not gonna find a Chinese guy like that, and if you do, he's gonna have 3 wives already. So just put that down, go dance the salsa in Spain and have a hot Spanish guy dance with you, you'll love it. Go to America and date like a football player jock, you'll love it.
You know, follow what you want. Like, you know, when you meet a guy and there's good chemistry, you know it's good chemistry, you know? And you shouldn't like start taking out your checkbook. I wonder, you know, do you have a house?
But how do they forget about all those factors that make them think, do you have a house? Do you have
Well, I think having good chemistry in the first place, then find out later.
Based on what I have experienced is that I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you find as long as that person is giving you his 100%.
Yes.
Hope you guys enjoy that. 3 of us also recorded another video on the ideal girl, China versus the West, so you can watch it on Asian Beauty Secrets. Here's the link. Thank you guys for watching, and please help us share this video. And of course, comment below and let us know your thoughts on all this crazy stuff. Let us know what you think.